Hello.
Colin Reid,
G'day. Hello, Steve. Hi, how are you?
what the hell is that behind you?
It's you.
Why? I know who it is, but why?
I just thought it would be a nice touch.
Oh, did you now? Okay.
Yeah, it's I was lucky enough to be at the I think it was the end of the tour, the
Already yesterday.
already yesterday tour in Adelaide at the Hindley Street Music Hall.
Yeah,
Where it was bloody freezing if we were out in the crowd. So I went up to the balcony up the top, and we were
yeah.
just looking right down on you. It was fantastic.
Okay. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Of
Yeah,
course, we're not coming back there this year. We're back to the Gov.
you go to the Gov. Yeah,
Yeah.
a bit smaller. No fancy chandelier.
No fancy nothing.
This is true. It's good atmosphere when it's full, and I'm sure it will
Yeah.
be full. I'm sure it will be.
And it'll be November, so it'll be nice and warm. All that nice foliage out the back.
Yeah, yeah. They'll have the doors open to
Yeah.
the beer
Yeah.
garden. Yeah,
Those beautiful Adelaidean nights.
yeah. No, I'm looking forward to that again. But first, you're taking it to the States?
Yes,
Mm.
in July. Yeah, if I get in, I don't know why I wouldn't, but
Yeah, I'm going to the States in June, and I'm thinking, I've got Cuban stamps in my passport. I've got Chinese stamps in my passport.
yeah.
You know.
Hey, how's this? Um, every morning, my partner was buying me this milkshake from a Vietnamese restaurant, and it's called a Havana.
Oh
And
yeah.
every day she'd write milkshake, 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 and it'd go through PayPal. It was all being done on PayPal. And one day she wrote Havana, and PayPal was suspended. And
You're kidding.
no, they PayPal was suspended. Your PayPal has been suspended and closed down. And like, what's going on? What's going on? Can you please explain what this is? Um, Havana, like an $11 charge for a Havana milkshake. So they're
So
watching. They're watching everything. They're listening to everything.
so
Yeah. So you better go. You better go through your Facebook, mate. If you've ever liked an anti-Trump comment or anything at all, you better delete it, pal, or you
yeah,
may be turned away.
I know. It's a worry. It is a worry.
It is a worry.
Yeah. We're only transitioning through for one day. So anyway,
Yeah.
touch wood. Yeah.
Yeah. You hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't use the word transition, please.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
that even just saying if you say yeah I'm transitioning, they'll go right, you're out,
Yeah.
right for a
I
start.
know. I know it's insane, isn't it? But yeah, so huge number of dates. I didn't realize how big you are. You must still be big in the States. So,
Oh, I'm 5'11".
oh well, it's standard then. Hasn't changed all these years.
Yeah, we're about the same size in America as we are here. You know, like like 1,000 people if we're lucky. Maybe some places a bit more, some places a bit less.
Yeah, right.
But it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Like
that's great.
1,000 people ain't nothing.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I actually grew up in the UK, and I
Mm.
first heard you from a friend who had a couple of albums back in the mid '80s. So I was listening to some of the stuff back then before I didn't come to Australia till '95. So I'd heard of you and I knew the stuff, and um, but I was surprised that you must be great to be able to go and do, I don't know what it is, 20, 30 dates in the States across.
It is. And look, I'm eternally grateful. It is special to play in America. I mean, they invented entertainment. They invented showbiz. They
Yeah.
invented rock and roll. I
Mm.
mean, kind of. They're great audiences. They're great venues. People over there really appreciate it. I mean, They appreciate it in England too. We haven't been there for a while, and they're getting pretty angry.
Yeah,
But look, they really love it in America. They really love the church. So
that's
yeah,
fantastic.
I do. I count my blessings. I'm not blasé about this. I
Yeah.
go, oh yeah, whatever. I sort of, I'm really thankful that it's turned out this way.
Oh, fantastic.
A lot of Australian bands, a lot of English bands could never crack America. I remember, you think a lot of bands that thought they were going to be huge in America and it never really worked out for them, like
Yeah.
Suede and the Stone Roses, and
Yeah.
a lot of Australian bands, they couldn't crack America either. Not that we cracked it, like not exactly cracked it, but
You
got
opened the
us.
door.
We
You got a
opened the
bit of the
door.
pie.
We've got an open door, and we've still got our toe in there every
Yeah.
time we go back.
Yeah. Hey, when you tour, is the touring lineup pretty stable? Is it the same band that I saw when you
Yeah,
played last November?
that's the band. And
Yeah, well,
that six-piece band, we just made an album last year in Austin as well.
right.
That
Right.
is the church. That is as much the church. Each guy is firmly entrenched as a member of the church. It's
Yeah.
not a it's not a kind of a revolving door of whoever can turn up.
Yeah.
It's definitely, and we have been that way now, 5, 6 years going on. With Nick Meredith playing drums as well. A guy from Camperdown in Sydney.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, the church is the church is a pretty has
Yeah.
stabilized as this lineup.
Yeah. That was really great to see, you were kind of flanked by I think you had Ash on your right and Ian on your left
Yeah,
and Jeff kind of behind you and the three
yeah,
guitars. They're
yeah, yeah. It's a
fantastic.
cast of thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's great playing with this band. Everybody's really, the most important thing to me, they're all happy to be there. They all want to be there.
Yeah.
It's not it's not people you're leading
Yeah.
reluctantly out who have like are tired of it and had
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
They were all teenage fans at one stage, so they're all happy to be there.
No, that was it was really it was I'm not just saying that because I'm talking
Yeah,
it was a fantastic yeah
thank you,
yeah
Colin.
yeah it was wonderful. Yeah, I guess when you go to the Gov, the six of you, you haven't got a you're not gonna have so much room on that. There's a big stage
Yeah,
at Hindley Street, so it's
yeah.
anyway.
What can you do?
Yeah, yeah, that'd be grand. Um, and I do you go anywhere between because American dates are like July, August, and you're not here till November.
The Maldives.
Oh,
We're
fancy.
playing the Maldives. Yeah, I've never been there. Um, it was like, a toss up. What's more important, to play London or play the Maldives?
Wow. Wow.
And everyone went, the Maldives.
Yeah,
Definitely,
has a better beat.
that's where careers are made and broken.
To be honest, I'm guessing it. I know it's in an ocean somewhere. I'm not even sure where the Maldives are.
It's sort of like off the coast of India.
Right.
I've I haven't been there yet. I'm sure it's fantastic. I know we've got one of those floating houses out in the ocean.
Oh my gosh! Wow!
Yeah, yeah.
Wow!
For a week, I can live like a king.
God, jealous. That'll be beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
I don't know what the sound's going to be like. It might be me banging on a coconut shell, but it's going to be a great environment.
Yeah.
I've heard the acoustics aren't, or the kind of the equipment isn't necessarily, what you're going to get if you play at the Horden Pavilion or something.
All
But
right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it should be yeah. Hopefully, we can compensate the lack of technology with the moon and the sea and
God, sounds
island
wonderful.
life.
Sounds wonderful. Can we all go? I want to go.
You can go if you've got 10 grand.
Yeah. Right. Right. Um. And before that, you're doing the Jack Frost.
Jack Frost, yeah.
Yeah.
We did this in Perth. I've been playing for a long time with these. As a father and son. Sean Hoffman's the dad, and Adrian Hoffman is the son, and he's a guitarist and a singer, and he does such a beautiful Grant McLennan.
Wow.
And we did this, and we've got a once again a cast of thousands, a huge band, string players, keyboard players. We did this in Perth. It was really good, and everybody said, "Oh, we've got to do it again." And I thought, yeah, let's do it again. And they went and organized it. So is that coming to
I don't know. I
Adelaide?
saw
I don't think it is
I
it?
only it kind of popped up on my feed and it was advertising Melbourne. And I don't know if you're going anywhere else or
No, Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane. And no, I'm afraid no Adelaide.
nah,
Yeah, what a shame.
no. Next time, maybe.
If there is a next,
Yeah,
well, if there is a next time, yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, that'd be great. Um, and I also saw you in the Sticky Fingers review. I think you're filling in. Help! Someone saw that. Covering Tim Rogers, I think he was unavailable, and you did a great version of Sister Morphine. Anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Some Rolling Stone songs like, what the fuck am I doing singing Let's Spend the Night Together? And I read a review. Some punter wrote, Steve Kilbey is about as entertaining as a tablecloth.
Oh,
And yeah, but it's true. Like, especially compared to Tex and Tim,
yeah,
they can really inhabit those Rolling Stone songs. Me, not so much anymore. Once upon a time, when I was 20, I would have loved to have been out there,
yeah,
writhing around and doing all the stuff. But now I just felt silly. But Sister Morphine, yeah. Sister Morphine, I can inhabit that song.
yeah.
But yeah, you do what you do, and
You're
not
obviously a Rolling
everything.
Stones fan.
What's that?
You're obviously a Rolling Stones fan.
Of course I am. But that doesn't mean I want to sing
Yeah,
Let's Spend the Night Together.
yeah.
But it was allotted to me, and
I can't remember you doing that one
I
actually. But,
did. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's how everyone forgot about it immediately. That's the trouble. Look, I'm doing a Beatles one as well. I'm doing a John Lennon one.
All right.
And I haven't been allotted my songs yet. And I went, I am not doing I Want to Hold Your Hand type ones. I'll do the serious kind of ones. I don't want to do, I just feel silly
Yeah.
singing all that kind of stuff. It's just inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope they don't, I hope they don't give me any, if I fell in love with you, would you promise to be true? And I just can't do that anymore.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. That was a nice little Liverpudlian twang you put in the
You like that? Yeah?
yeah, all right. Yeah, yeah, I like that. That's all right. Um, and after the
You know
10
what I
dates
can
here,
do a
so
good,
it's a
you know what
20.
I, you know
Go,
what I
sorry.
can do? When my dad died, my dad was a Cockney. So I can do that. I can do Cockney. But what I got really good at was my mum married a guy from Coventry.
Oh yeah.
And me and my brothers got very good. Stephen, do you realise that there's blokes in Sydney, they get 5 blokes on the dole, and they rent a house and they go surfing all day? And I go, isn't that great? And he go, no, why not? It should be working. So I got good at Coventry. So my English accents, I can do.
Oh, so you got three now.
I've got 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the third one? I
Well, you
got
got a little bit of a Liverpudlian. Yeah,
Liverpudlian. Yeah.
little bit of a
Only.
Scouse
Yeah.
twang.
Yeah. All right. I need to get my it's funny when I do my Glaswegian, people go, "What's that supposed to be Irish?" Um, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's it's hard. There's a guy, do you know there's a guy on YouTube and he does like 150 English accents covering America, Australia, England, Scotland, South Africa. He's like this guy he's got all, but he can't do them one after another. It stops. There's an edit, and then he comes back as a
Okay.
Canadian, and then it stops, and then he comes back.
So he
But
gets right into character. He can't just,
yeah, he
yeah.
can't. It's very hard to
Yeah.
switch on the spot to keep jamming with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Yeah, it's a knack. Um, so the singles tour, you're only going to be playing singles?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yep.
So
Except for
you,
the encore.
right. Right.
Encore won't be a single.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, wow.
Yeah.
Gee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I liked your humor last time around. You talking about things like um I think you described Under the Milky Way as something like, I guess we have to do that terrible old song that everyone's here to come to hear or something like that. I thought it was quite funny that you were a little bit self-depreciating over the songs that you play every time.
Yeah. What can you do? I like, yeah, a bit of honesty. Um, I, I, I oscillate wildly from complete hubris to self-deprecation. Um, and simultaneously, I think I'm the best songwriter and the worst songwriter in the world. And those two people coexist in my head. And at any one point in time, I'm like either one could get control and say anything at all. But of course, Australians, I learned this, and being half English, half Australian, and people go, "Oh, you're Australian." I'm not. I was born in England. My mum and dad were English, and we came out here. And yes, we lived in Australia, but everything, all our friends, all my relatives, everything we did and said and ate and thought and watched was English.
Yeah.
And I really understand in England, you can go, I'm the best fucking songwriter in the world. I'm Liam Gallagher. I'm so fucking good. And everyone goes, wow. But you say that in Australia. I tried that on in 1981. I'm the best songwriter in Australia. Who else is there? And people fucking hated me. I was like
Yeah.
a pariah.
Yeah.
People coming up to me in supermarkets and going, you really believe that? How dare you say that? So I learned quickly, the kind of carry on that works in one country doesn't work in another country. Um, so
Yeah.
Australia, self-deprecation, thanks, I'm not worthy. I wrote this song Under the Milky Way. I have to play it. But in America, you go, now I'm going to play the best song in the world, Under the Milky Way, and they're like,
No.
it's a funny thing. Your attitude is really important, and your everyone knows I was a drug addict, and I went to lots of NA meetings, and almost everyone there had this dual thing going on where they thought they were the cleverest, smartest, most worthy person in the world, and then another side of them thought they were completely unworthy and didn't deserve any friendship or love or anything at all. And just like an electric engine, the negative and the positive was sort of driving their
Yeah.
addiction. I think and that was me as well. But the negative and positive also drive my creativity.
Yeah.
This sort of self-loathing and also self-congratulatory sort of thing I've got going. So
Yeah.
yeah, I never know what I'm going to say on any one particular night. It could be either guy, and from song to song, I will say, isn't this a beautiful, wonderful song? And the next one I'll go, I fucking hate this song. I'm just playing it for you bastards. But I don't. It causes me agony. And sometimes people come up and, oh, you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. Or people get really angry. Don't say that about that song. I love that song. That's meaningful to me. So it's really funny, and I've really made. Not a lot of people talk about how much they love or hate all their songs, but I've sort of really, everyone's really made a meal of this because I've been so naively honest about my disdain for some of my songs. And they're
Yeah,
sort of like,
right.
well, why are you doing them? You know what? The journalists now, why are you doing the singles tour? I thought you hated all these songs. And of course, you know, I've learned from recent events that it's very fashionable to completely flip, you know, oh, electric cars are the worst thing in the world. And then, you know, a month later, oh, electric cars are great. I think everyone should have one. Um, you know, last year I hated Unguarded Moment. This year, it's just, I never said that. It's the best song in the world. I can't wait to get out there at the Gov and play Unguarded Moment. Boy, that'll make all my dreams come true. You know, it's like, it's all, everything's up for grabs.
Yeah.
Reality is a very flexible thing.
I think
And
your honesty is really great because I can't imagine anything worse than being in a band where you know they they tour and play the same 12 songs and he makes the same joke after track three and you know the if the banter's not spontaneous, you know
you know what?
why are
I
they
think
doing it?
Aussies, I think Aussies see through banter more than the English and Americans, and of course the Europeans who don't speak English.
Yeah, the nuance of
The
language.
nuances,
Yeah.
they, if you go, I don't really like Ungot a Moment, they what?
Yeah.
But I think Australians, I think that was really good for me that we started off in Australia, and Australian audiences are very hard to please. They don't go for all that. Good evening, Cleveland. It's so great. Though I have seen some awful bands from overseas doing all of that spiel. Simple Minds come to mind, coming on and giving them a load of old rubbish cliche, and the audience going, "Wow!"
Oh,
Jim Kerr walked on stage. We did a tour with him every night. He walked on stage and goes, "Show me your hands," and the audience are like, "Ah!" I'm like, "Oh no, don't please, don't respond to that."
oh,
Anyway, no, I have to work. I have to. I sort of. I uncondition myself every night, and I never know what I'm going to say, and I don't have any pre-worked out banter. But banter is kind of important. It's also important. It can't be too long. It can't be too short, and it has to. There's a real knack to it. It's almost as hard as writing the fucking songs, and for a long time it eluded me, and I didn't have much banter at all. And when something would go wrong, or one of the guitarists would be standing there tuning up, enjoying my discomfort as I stood there not knowing what to say to some huge audience who were there, and he's going boing, boing, boing. I'm looking at the audience going, well, yeah, you're having a good time, or whatever. So it's a real knack. No, and you know, when I formed the band, one night they had a rebellion and called a meeting while I was not there and wanted to kick me out because I was not a good front man. Like,
oh, right.
not like, not like they had that. You know, Ozzy's like a good front man. You know, a man of the people. You know, who
Yeah, like
says,
you said, to Tex Perkins before. I mean, he's that
"Yeah,
sort of
what a great front man! Look at him doing all that, and he's doing all that
energy,
stuff."
sex
Yeah,
appeal,
yeah,
engagement is,
yeah, yeah. He's got it all.
yeah,
He's got it all.
yeah, lucky bastard. Anyway.
Yeah, you should have seen him the next morning, though. Yeah, where was his charisma then when he was dragging his sorry, hungover ass onto a virgin fly?
That's funny. Very funny. Okay, so out of the singles, there'd obviously be a few that you don't play regularly. Is there anything that you like when you start looking at this list and going, oh wow, I am actually really looking forward to playing that one again live or
I look with this band. With this band, I really enjoy them all, and I've learned to calm down, and I've learned to enjoy Unguarded Moment for what it is. People really like it. You know, I'm sick of being an angry old curmudgeon. If I can, if when I was 16, I got my first bass guitar, if someone said, you will write a song and every time you play it, the audience will be very happy and sing along and clap and be cheerful, I would have said, wow. And then sometime in my 20s, that idea disenchanted me and it felt stupid. And now, this advanced old age of 70, if I can play a song that makes people happy and forget their troubles and brings back, people come up and say all kinds of serious things about these songs. I was in a tank in Iraq when I got my legs blown off and Unguarded Moment was playing. What do you think I'm going to say to that? Oh, well, I don't really like that song. It's stupid. So I can I can very vaguely voice my discontent and kind of have a very mild laugh at that myself, but not too much to disparage people. So there are some songs which I love playing. The single after Unguarded Moment, Tear It All Away, I love that song. It's a great song. I love playing it. It's challenging. There's this bass part that goes boom, and it's a fretless bass. It's boom, 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 boom. It's really hard to sing that and sing the words at the same time. It's like, it's doing that
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's a really interesting challenge for me to get that right. And it's a fretless bass, so you can easily underslide or overslide off the mark. And the song really has some sentiments I can still get behind. So some of the songs I really enjoy playing for their own sake, and other ones I can just enjoy the reaction that it makes people happy and
Yeah.
brings back some nostalgic feeling for them.
Yeah.
I have 2 minutes left. My beautiful assistant just told me.
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing out the corner of my eye we're running out of time. So
Okay.
thank you so much. I really
Colin
enjoyed it.
Reid, what a pleasure.
Yeah, I'll
I hope
virtually
it,
shake your hand.
okay, when we play the Gov, come and say hello.
I will.
All
I
right.
will. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. Definitely. All right.
See you
Thank
later, mate.
you. Take
Bye.
care, man. Bye-bye.